Hey everyone, your designers are here.
I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We have tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today. So let's get started.
This is episode 184, Adding Romance to Your Home. And you can find the show notes for today's episode at decoratingtipsandtricks.com/184. So before we start talking about romance, I had a very unromantic evening last night.
Oh,
There was,
do tell.
Well, it was a bit, it was kind of some fire.
Oh,
but not in the bedroom.
Oh no.
It was coming, I was actually getting ready to go to bed, and I've got my Evie, we're having a heart to heart before she went to bed. And I thought, is that something burning I smell? But we're in a deep conversation. So I keep talking. I'm ignoring the smoky smell.
No.
So that's my first public service announcement. If you smell something that smells like a burn smell, you should go check it out immediately.
Stop talking.
Right. Yeah, stop talking. So I just kind of ignore it. Well, then something's beeping like crazy in the house. And I'm like, not fully awake. Is it the burglar alarm? Is it the smoke detector? Is it the refrigerator door has been left open? And then all this smoke billows out of the laundry room. So
Anita.
Oh, it was so scary. So we're in there, unplugging it, turning it off. And apparently a bird made a bird's nest in the vent. So the lint was not able to escape. And so it built up.
It was probably nice and cozy for the birds.
It was terrible.
Oh no. Until it got too hot.
Yeah, it was on fire. We had a little fire in there, and very scary. Yeah, the guy came. So we're recording a little late today because the repairman was here, and he said, "Oh yes, you had quite a little fire in there."
Do you have a home extinguisher? Fire extinguisher?
Oh yes, we do. Mm-hmm. We do. Yes.
Our refrigerator once caught on fire, and I emptied a whole home fire extinguisher into the refrigerator.
Oh,
however, it floats everywhere, all those little particles. Yeah. So I was cleaning it up for hours and hours and hours. So I'm glad yours didn't get to that point.
Well, so my public service announcement is do not leave your home if your dryer is on. And I've always been in the habit from, at least 10 years ago, I heard don't leave your house with a dryer running because you can have a fire, and here it happened. And it did not. There is a switch, a safety switch that is supposed to turn off your dryer if it overheats, but mine didn't kick in. So,
Anita, wow. I hope you didn't have a lot of damage.
No, he says it's fine. I mean, we're going to have to do just a slight little, he's going to have to fix the dryer because I think the element burnt out. And then I've got a duct cleaning company coming to clean that out. So I should be back in business later this week. But what a scary night. And
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we're glad you're safe.
So much worse, but it's terrible. But oh my goodness. So, and I'm going to definitely stop leaving my house with the dryer on.
Yes, please.
So definitely good public service announcement for me and anybody else who's in the habit of doing that sort of thing. Adding romance to your home.
That's right. So if you're looking to add romance to your marriage, this probably isn't the podcast for you. This is about your home.
Although I think collectively we've been married for over 100 years, so we can.
Oh my God! Speak for yourself, honey.
So we can give you a lot of information.
Right. Oh my gosh. There might be fire in other places other than our laundry rooms. But that's not for today's episode.
No. It's very child friendly. So as always. So so Kelly, you want to start us off? What do you add for romance to your home?
Well,
should we step back and explain what that is first?
Yes, let's start there.
Sure.
Let's start there.
Sure. So it's softness, it's warmth, it's beautiful, and I think of romantic things as being kind of feminine usually. So it's a feast for the eyes, maybe for the senses. So it's beautiful, smells wonderful, soft to the touch, and that's kind of what my thoughts are. So whatever you both want to add.
Anita, I think you're so right. You just said a real buzzword, the word senses. I called it teasing to heighten the senses. So,
Come on.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. So it's all your senses. It's your hearing, your smell, your taste, your touch, your seeing. It's things that are warm and beckoning, and you don't have to think like ruffles and lace and all that kind of thing. You can have a romantic home if it's palatial or if it's cottage or if it's just small and cozy. And it is almost like heightening all the senses as in your home, thinking about all of them together and how they play and interact together.
Well, that's true. You don't have to have ruffles. But
I know you love them.
Great way to add.
Yes.
But I love ruffles, and I think they do add a real sense of romance. So it won't go with every style, but I think that's a great way to kick it off.
Mm-hmm. That's a great place
and I'm
to
going
start.
to throw another one out there. And I'm going to go ahead and just steal it from the Pillow Queen, but soft, comfy pillows that are beautiful are a great way. And I love down-filled pillows, feather down pillows. So, think about something so I would be careful too about what kind of pillows you buy, because sometimes, down alternative is great, but just make sure it's a good quality pillow. Some of them are beautiful to look at, but not so comfortable to use.
Right. I agree with you.
Hey, okay. So my think of romance, what first sort of comes to mind are the ruffles and the lush florals and pastel-y colors and lace and things like that. But I think that is just stereotypically what people think about in romance. So
she's going off-road.
Well, you don't have to think of Victoria magazine circa 1986 through 1992
right.
to really have a romantic home, because I don't want people listening today who have, what would not be traditionally thought of as a romantic style, thinking they can't add romance. So I really do underline what Yvonne was saying, that it really is more of a sensory thing. And you can certainly employ the more traditional or stereotypical romantic elements, and bam, you're going to get a romantic home. But if that's not really your look, or maybe your husband choose the idea of ruffles or lace or pastels or something like that, you can still have a romantic home. And, there can be romance in the way, a curtain billows when the windows open.
Right.
There can be romance in the music that you have playing in the background. There can be something romantic about the scent that you have burning, or the incense, the oils that you have diffusing or something like that. So you can do it in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be in the traditional sense of romance.
Well, I'm going to bring something in that's very sort of non-traditional, and we're going to go outside for this. I love string lights.
Oh, I think that's very romantic.
I think they are so romantic. The reason I'm thinking about this is because that's what we're doing outside. We're this spring, we bought a whole bunch of those outdoor string lights, and Bobby and I are just making like a canopy of string lights over our patio. So this is so exciting to me. And I'm thinking like, okay, I have a couple old brass chandeliers kicking around in my basement, thinking, I'll use them, repaint them, do something. I'm going to retrofit them with like solar lights and string them like a painted maybe mirror ball or something fun, and string it over my table, and we'll have all these lights. How romantic will that be?
Oh, and I think the string lights are beautiful indoors too. I've seen them across a brick wall before, and they're just beautiful.
Like fairy lights, you mean? Like the little lights or the big ones?
No, I've seen them big ones. I had a friend that was in a beautiful loft. Actually, it used to be a church, and they turned it into these loft apartments, and it had brick walls, and she had the really big string lights in the room. When she had the tall ceilings, it was a loft space, and it's just stunning. Beautiful.
Let's stay on lighting. I think nothing's prettier than just having a whole bunch of candles on pillars and candle holders and in lanterns, and just in mass, and turn the lights out. That makes a very romantic statement.
Well, that definitely would.
Yeah.
The lights out, my friend. Okay.
Down in the basement, I have a whole box that have all these different candle holders and candles, and I use them all the time. So I always know where they are. But especially like in the evening or when company's coming or when I have a dinner party, I want to create that beautiful allure. So I just keep them ready to place all over like my living spaces so people can enjoy them. And I think that's a very romantic look.
Oh, yeah. You know what else is really beautiful and romantic are chandeliers. And I have a really cool idea, and I'll include a photo or a link to one of the photos, is sometimes I know you have Bobby, so we're not talking about you, Yvonne, but sometimes people want to add a chandelier and they don't know how to change it out in the ceiling, or they don't have a Bobby to do it for them. So the idea is I have a bird cage with a crystal chandelier hanging on the bird cage connected, and you just plug it. They've done it with a cord, so you just plug it in the wall.
Wow,
And
pretty.
it's just romance to go. You can just put it anywhere.
I love that, romance to go.
Yeah, I mean, you can plug it in on your back porch. I mean, I wouldn't leave it out there in the weather, but I think that would be a beautiful look.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months.
Also, candelabras. I have a crystal candelabra, which, you kind of have this vision of Liberace, but it's a small one. And it's really pretty. And I think it just one or two, I think you can definitely go overboard and you don't want too much of that. But for a little bit here and there, I think it's kind of a fun look.
And Anita, as long as you don't put it on your grand piano, you'll be fine.
Exactly.
I'd like to pick up with something I think Kelly said about a billowy curtain.
Yeah.
I'm really in the throes of remaking our master bedroom. We've put new flooring in, had it all repainted, and we have a small sitting room off of it. And I've been getting furniture and headboards and lighting, and I just got the most gorgeous curtains. And when I hung them, I made, first of all, sure I got them long enough that they would puddle on the floor. And I got them tall enough that they almost hit the ceiling. And the way the statement they make and the puddles they make on the floor, it's really romantic. It's beautiful.
Oh, I so agree. Beautiful curtains.
And I just think they're not like taffeta or silk or something like that. Actually, they're a woven raw silk. They're almost like a fishnet, but they're, tightly woven with a backing to them. But just the opulence and abundance of having them hanging very high up and puddling makes such a romantic statement.
It's so lush.
It is.
So, as you said, the abundance, and they're opulent, and it doesn't have to necessarily be an incredibly expensive fabric or, a fine silk or something like that. Just the volume of material that you're talking about puddling on the floor really adds to the romance, just like layering. So if you were layering your bedding, if you did something, on the bottom, like, another duvet or something in a fur or something in even a mohair. So with additional textures, so pretty.
Or even in the summer,
the layers.
Linen, like a linen throw on your bed would be just so beautiful. And let's keep on the bed. Have you seen people that hang curtains around their bed?
And, you mean like a canopy?
Well, no, like.
You mean like at Cedar Hill Farmhouse?
On the side, not in the, like I'm thinking like maybe on the sides of the bed in the bottom, but even like in the back, bed. Like all the way around. Yeah. That is so easy.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And it's so easy to do because if you don't have a high poster bed, you can hang rods from the ceiling.
That's true. And I've seen it done, and it's
right.
Now, I think you do have to be, it's very romantic, but you do have to be careful because if your room is small, I think that can really very quickly make it feel closed in. And so I don't like that closed in feeling. So I would have to, make sure the room was spacious
but they're
enough.
very, very
decide that you're in there with someone you want to be closed in with, and you're all good.
And you don't, or just you can hang them from the corners. That makes such a beautiful statement. At Christmas, one of my guest bedrooms has a tall poster bed, and I hang garlands of greens around it from post to post. There is something so romantic about that and just absolutely beautiful and surprising that I thought, maybe I should just hang curtains too, because it's such a lovely look.
Well, I just had a thought. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, finish.
Well, I was just going to say that's, I did the crowns above the beds at the farm, and I just showed that. I'll link to it again because I think I might have talked about that before. But anyway, the curtains are behind the bed. It's not around like a tester, but just at the head of the bed. Mm-hmm. So that's something that's a little less intrusive. It's not going to make the room feel closed in. So that's another option for you. That's
a beautiful look, Anita. Mm-hmm. And your beds are absolutely beautiful. I think maybe romantic decor is not as pragmatic. It's a little bit, it could be, a little bit over the top in many ways. I'm thinking like a modern house that has a view that's spectacular at night of like city lights. How romantic is that? So you've got to think outside the box. And my house is pretty tailored, I would say, except my bedroom's going to be a little more romantic. But there are so many little ways you can add romance. I think of like furniture that has a skirt, something skirted with beautiful legs. That always is so romantic to me.
Yeah. Let me just jump back to the curtains behind the bed as you did, Anita. So did you attach those rods to the wall or to the ceiling?
Well, they're on the wall, but it's not just a rod. It's the corona. I think that's what you called it. There's a hanging mechanism that goes on the wall, and it actually has a rod inside.
Right. So then I was thinking, to even simplify it, if you didn't have a corona, which is the sort of the half round tester coming off the wall, you could just put a curtain rod close up to the ceiling on the wall, right?
Yes.
Hang the curtains. And then wouldn't it be pretty if you did the strings of those tiny little lights behind the curtains? So say you did like a sheer linen-y type of material, something like that. And then you could plug them in at night. So pretty. Just that, that might not be something you'd want in your master bedroom, but maybe you would, or definitely in a girl's room or something that could be so pretty. And as far as just things that you would see throughout the home, things with curly cues and swirls, even if it's a piece of metal or a metal side table or something like that, that adds some romance.
I also, hey, here's a really quick idea for you. Pink light bulbs. And let me tell you,
that's my idea.
I know. I was going to give you credit for it. Do you know that I bought a case of them and they came, I thought all of them were smashed. Actually, we have 4 that were not smashed. So I saved them. And again, in our bedroom, we have sconces, these gorgeous brushed gold sconces hanging on the wall. And we put those pink light bulbs in them. Oh, they look so pretty. They give off such my husband said, "Are these pink light bulbs?" And he likes them. They're lovely. They're just such a beautiful glow. So on either side of our bed, we've got this, we can make it, it's on a dimmer so we can make it brighter or dim. But if they're both on and they're both dimly lit, oh, so beautiful.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't look pink when it lights up. It's just
it's the glow it gives.
Yeah, we can link those again. I'm sorry that yours came. I mean, it's not my fault or anything.
No,
sorry,
of course not.
No. The Amazon link that I put in there. If you look at the comments, all the people are like, "Oh, this light is so much better. Oh, yeah, it's so beautiful. It makes everything look better," and it's true. And dimmers, I mean, that is a go-to for us for sure.
Oh,
and if you want to add some romance, turn the lights down, baby, all the time.
And light a good smelling candle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to circle back to what we were talking about with the linens and the bedding and the layers, because I just want to make sure we emphasize that because we're all 3 just crazy about linen fabric.
We are.
Not just the term linen as in stuff on your bed, but linen things on your bed. So, I mean, I love to do a long draw bedspread on my bed and then put a soft pastel or just kind of ice cream color or just a beautiful colored linen duvet at the foot of the bed or blanket. And like we were saying, the layers, lots of pillows. I think it's such a beautiful, charming look. The long bolster pillow.
Well, let's talk about velvet if we're going to talk about bolster pillows. Because Anita, you made one, right?
Yes. No, I think the velvet and the linen are beautiful fabrics that work so well together. They're so romantic. Even if you don't want a long drop bedspread, sometimes on beds, I take antique linen sheets, and you could use new linen sheets and just drape it over the bed. And with a bed skirt or on the bed, that's it, especially for the summer. And then with a beautiful duvet at the foot of the bed, I think you're set.
But even think outside of the bedroom, maybe doing like a velvet chair or a velvet ottoman. I'd love a velvet sofa, but my life, we're a little too rough on things. We use things very hard, and I don't know much about the care of
boulders on the sofa or something?
Well, I've got, kids who bring their big dogs, and one dog loves to get on my living room sofa. I've got, baby grandbabies, and one is a little mobile. One's mobile right now, and he just goes all over with those little sticky hands, but I love them. So I don't know. I do velvet, but a chair, gorgeous.
A little rumpled, like romance to me is much more of like a, I am red, white, and blue through and through, but I definitely have this tendency towards Europe and just this European feel where it's just it's a casual romance, and you just like the windows open and the linen curtains are billowing and the bed's a little rumpled and there's, a throw tossed casually over the back of the sofa. And, you come into the kitchen and there's a flower arrangement that was picked from the garden and it's not, an FTD bouquet that's perfectly arranged with the exact number of red roses and all that.
Right.
It's just sort of wild. And and a little looser. That's romance to me. And I think that you can interpret that in a lot of different styles. That doesn't have to be, necessarily a French country or any sort of shabby chic. It can be brought to life in a lot of different decor aesthetics.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that sounds wonderful. The another idea is in your dining room. Get out those beautiful dishes, get out your beautiful crystal, your silverware. And we've been talking about using real linen napkins or real cotton napkins with meals. So that's something, and don't save that special stuff for a very special day. Use something special every day. I use a beautiful china cup every morning with a silver spoon for my daily green tea every morning. And why not have it in a pretty cup? I mean, if you've got a pretty cup, why are you drinking out of an ugly mug in the morning? Just get that beautiful cup out.
That's question of the day. I like that one. Ask yourself that, everyone. Why? I mean, and that could be a euphemism for so many things, right? Like, why are you drinking out of an ugly mug? Life's too short for ugly mugs. Throw them out. Give them away. Goodwill them.
I know.
I love mirrored furniture, and to me that always says romance. And like we were talking about curvy lined furniture, but that mirrored furniture really gets me. That's a little bit of bling, and I think bling is nice when you're talking about romantic decor, whether it be the bling from a chandelier or the shine from a great lighting fixture that's brass or steel or nickel, just those are such pretty things just in the way you do it. Think about a little bit of shine, a little bit of bling.
Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Yeah. And something, sort of gilded. So off, ripping off the shine. Yes. I think that is so nice. So you can have an old frame, or there's reproductions that are done that way. Something that has that sort of gold leafy, gildy look to it. That is clearly in the romance department.
Again, here I'm going back to the bedroom where we're doing, I found an old gilded mirror, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's French inspired. It's very square and rather large, but it's gilded and it is very gold. And I put that with my bleached wood dresser, and it's the juxtaposition is amazing, but that gilding just really dresses that room up.
Oh yeah, a little gold leaf on something is so romantic
and makes it so romantic. That's right.
I actually just did. I did some eggs, and I made them gold
eggs again.
I did, but this year I took the time to blow them out. I had never done that before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I did that because I thought, well, I'm going to spend a lot of time in these, and I bought the gold leaf pens.
Oh,
but I ended up not using the pens on the eggs because the metallic foil spray paint I got was, just like the gold leaf. So I didn't need to do that. But then I was going all around my house thinking, what can I use these gold leaf pens on?
Stop.
Yeah.
Gold leaf spray? I mean, so it looks like gold leaf?
Oh, yeah, baby. It's
okay.
I can link that.
You better link it
because I'm going to get a can of that.
Oh, yeah. It looks just like that because I took out the gold leaf pen and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do our initials on them or something. And it just blended right in. So it's the exact same thing. It's the foil metallic. Well, Krylon is my spray paint of choice. Foil metallic. Not just metallic.
Foil metallic. Does it leave
like in the show notes.
Little...
No, it's not flaky.
Okay.
It's a full coat.
So just go ahead. Go ahead and just get the trigger handle too. We need to put that on there too.
Yes. I'm tired of having
a
colored pointer finger from spraying.
I know all over me.
I have the hand.
I was gold leaf
trigger, but I've never put it on my cans. I need to rip it out of the container. Actually, put it on the spray paint cans. Okay, we cannot talk about romance without my favorite thing to add to a room. To add romance, it's going to add instant romance to your house. This one thing.
Take notes.
Yes. That's right.
We're leaning in.
And it goes with almost any decor item. I mean, any decorating style. Mm-hmm. And it's a French chair. I'm telling you, a French chair in a room, and you have transformed it. Right. No,
I think I do agree with you. I'm laughing only because we always associate you with a French chair,
a bergère chair.
Well, that's one of them, but I
know, but I always think about that when I think of you.
I love them all.
Mm-hmm. But I love to mix it all up. You could even just picture like a really cool mid-century looking house and just somewhere next to something that you would never think to put with it. Put a French chair that has some gilding on the woodwork and some, and you could put some very modern fabric on it even. But it's that. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
It's the lines. Yes. It's the lines of the chair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if your style is very contemporary, you choose a contemporary fabric to put on it. That's what you do. Or do a solid velvet. I mean, that's just dreamy.
We're all sighing. Or charcoal linen. We're all sighing. Yes. Here's another thing. I love glass tabletops. Like, this is like a bigger dining room table with glass with pedestals on the bottom. Oh, I think that's so romantic. And it can go in so many different style directions.
I'm actually looking for that for our office space. I have a wooden table, and I don't know. I think the space would look so much better if there was glass or even a plexiglass tabletop. So I'm on the prowl for
Kelly, that you talk about visual space. It has hardly any visual space at all. It takes up very little visual space. So that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool, especially with the old antiques I have up here.
Send us pictures.
I will once I find it. Hey, another thing that we started, we have all these things popping, is turning the tip of the day onto our listeners.
Yes,
right? And,
that's right.
And honoring them. So we're coming towards the end of the episode today. So yes, I am going to announce our second tip of the day from a listener. This is from Marie R. Marie shared this tip with us as she was inspired by our small shop episode, which we could also link in the show notes. And she has a small shop that she wanted us to know about. It's a small online shop called farmhousepottery.com. Of course, Marie said, so I had to go. So I went and looked, and she's absolutely right. You're going to love it. So farmhousepottery.com. Our recommendation on our listener, Marie R. Thank you, Marie. Ding, ding, ding. You're the bomb. Thanks for sharing with us. And we have had so much fun today. So I hope that you're all inspired to add a little romance to your home or think of your home in a romantic way based on all the suggestions we gave you today. Remember, we're here to help you create a beautiful home. Until next time. Hey, everybody. We want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com. Or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.